what it is. Next up we have Patricia Kirkpatrick. Patricia Kirkpatrick received the Lindquist and Venom Poetry Prize for Odessa, published by Milkweed Edition, and awarded a 2013 Minnesota Book Award. She has taught writing in many colleges, universities, and community settings, and worked as an editor for various publications and individuals. She loves the St. Paul street lamps, green tea at Golden Time, oysters and Meritage, walks along the Mississippi, and her friends, neighbors, and backyard brothers. Please welcome Patricia.
Thank you, Dick. Thanks everyone for coming. I'm going to read something different because I'm just so impressed by these young men back here. Let me see if I have it right. Finn, is that right? Liam, Kieran, better known as Kiki. Is that right? Seamus, the name of a great poet, Seamus Haney. And I don't know how to say it. So this is kind of a funny poem, and I wasn't going to read it, but I think you guys might enjoy it. I have two kids, and they are big now, they grew up. But my boy, Anton, is a teacher now in Baltimore, Maryland. He's 23 years old. And when he was about Finn's age, he started wanting a dog. Do you guys have a dog?
We had two, we just lost your second. And now we want another dog.
Of course we do. Perfect. This is a poem about wanting a dog and never getting a dog. Never getting a dog. So it's about a boy, it's in the voice of a boy singing about wanting a dog, not getting a dog, and his mother is a little concerned that he never cleans his room. And it's written in the form of the blues, which is a musical form where there are two lines that are the same, the call and then the response. So, all right. And the name of it is, even though I've asked for one for almost 10 years now, Blues. And so what were they asking for, guys? What was he asking for?
A new dog.
A dog. Okay, got it. The boy says he wants a hound dog. Oh, he wants a hound dog, so. My boy wants himself a hound dog. Oh, he wants a hound dog, so. Life is messy, I just answer, where's a hound dog gonna go? The boy lies around all summer, and oh, it makes me mad. The boy lies around all summer, and it sure does make me mad. Boy says he wants a hound dog, but is his wanting just a fad? Never one to wash the dishes, never one to clean his room. Never one to wash the dishes, never one to clean his room. Boy says he wants a hound dog, but can he use a broom? Dove and redbird in the pine tree, singing it away. Dove and redbird in the pine tree, singing life away. Rain and thunder come in summer, and they make a big tree sway. Well, the boy makes pretty music. Oh, he plays a sweet guitar. Well, that boy makes pretty music, and he plays a sweet guitar. But when it's time to find things, boy, he never knows where they are. Seems like the boy's a dreamer, because he wants a hound dog so. Seems like the boy's a dreamer, because he wants a hound dog so. Life is messy, I keep saying. Where's a hound dog gonna go? Sure, the boy's a dreamer, like his mother, don't you know? Sure, the boy's a dreamer, like his mama. Don't you know? Life is messy, I keep saying. Wish I wasn't saying no. I think you're very generous to come and sit, to wait and listen to your mother read, so bravo for you. I'm going to read, I wasn't in the St. Paul Almanac this year. I'm one of the editors of the Almanac, and we have a lot of the community editors here tonight who chose the pieces to go in the Almanac. But I have a poem that was in the Almanac 2 issues ago, I think, and it was based on my experience of recovering from a brain tumor and the St. Paul's United Hospital. So I'm going to read that now. A little change of pace, but there's still some humor here too. When the brain tumor is the size of a baseball, it just seems like you kind of have to laugh at some point. I was very lucky. I don't mean to be making light of something serious. But. Letter from United. Of course I heard voices in the night, saw visions, felt the presence of dying in that white fringed place. Shallow breath, narrow entrance, the door to death opened. Then came steroids and lack of inhibition. There was terror. I admit it. Just before I learned the news, I realized all you have meant to me, and I thought I had too much feeling to continue to spend time with you. I had a brain tumor, and it had to come out. Damage. Seizure and aura, the gray dome of the growth, or a cathedral lit at the top where the cross is. Flora wrote, so much of life we find in the funniest places. Boundaries, love, bone, cutting and stitches, more blood than the surgeon had ever ordered. I knew I needed your help for the children, the family I might have to leave. I'm writing to say I can make the changes. I'm writing to say I've been opened and closed. I'm writing to say that today when the nurse came to change my dressing, she glanced up and said, oh look, is that snow? We looked out the window and saw it together. First flakes, those white fringed birds flying, the first smell of a new season. I'm going to read 2 more poems. These are a series of poems that have really been influenced by my work with the Almanac, and they have to do with trying to think about being a child and how, as a child, I came to understand that I was what's called a white person and that other people weren't white. And it's a very hard subject to write about, and it's very interesting too. So I'm going to read 2 poems that kind of deal with that just a little bit, and it's been a great gift to me to work with the Almanac and think about these things. The one thing I have to say here, because I'm probably the oldest person in the room, is that when I was a kid, we used to sing this chant to decide who would be first at something, and it was, look at Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Moe. Catch a Dada by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. It had some terrible language in it that I'm not going to repeat, and you'll have to ask your parents, your grandparents about that after you leave. But we also said a version of the poem, of the saying that went, catch a tiger by the toe. And we knew that was the way you were supposed to say it, but whenever we said it, I feel like in the background that other word was hovering. So that's what you need to know about this poem. The only other thing is in 1957, the Little Rock Nine were 9 students in Little Rock, Arkansas, who had African American descent and had black skin. And I was 9, 10 years old. No, I wasn't even that old, 6 or 7. And I just found it the most fascinating thing to read about in the paper, both scary and exciting at the same time. So all these things are kind of bunched into this poem. Sorry to talk so much. It's called The Hard Consonants. The brick classroom, the crop grass where we played soccer, nicked new marbles, cat-eye steely, looked like school from another century. Eeny, meeny when we chose players. Miny, moe when we named teams. At wooden desks we wrote our names and learned hard consonants. Chicken pox, segregate, Little Rock, vaccinate. Catch a tiger by the toe. Some words you don't say, but you know. The Nigerian girls have been abducted. Holler, holler, let them go. more. The other thing I should say that when we used to choose teams to do, you guys, who's the oldest back there? Finn, when you choose teams on the playground, do you have a way of deciding who will go on which team? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we do.
How do you do it?
The person who brings out the ball kind of gets
Oh.
choose someone who's a team captain with them. And they just pick.
Cool. Well, I was a person that never, ever would have been the team captain, never would have brought out the ball, and was always the last person to go on the team. So, and you look, did your brother want to say something too?
Sometimes we do like, foot in the middle and then we do stuck in the barnyard or
Stuck in a barnyard. See, poetry is everywhere. Oh, skunk, that's even better. I want you and your brothers tonight or tomorrow to write a poem that has the word skunk in a barnyard in it. And I'm going to do it too. That's just great. All right, one more. This is called What Was Coming. We didn't see what was coming. Bridges collapsed and schools didn't have enough chairs. There was meat made with paper for dinner, disarray in houses. Workers stood for hours at fluorescent stations, came home with fists clutching water. When I heard shouting, I put on my shoes and ran. Women carried phones for protection. Children hid in concrete walls. Field corn was poisoned. Birds tore scapular wings on sky. Who were the ones who betrayed us? Why has the well gone dry?